YouTube channel too. So,
yes. So we would encourage everybody to follow us on obviously Twitter,
yep.
LinkedIn,
Who's moderating?
Instagram.
Somebody's
Do we
moderating.
have a moderator? We have three people all
Somebody's on.
looking at
Yep.
computers,
Okay.
not saying anything.
All right. So today, I would like to talk about uh, the relationship of inspectors, adjusters, and vendors
Okay.
in the context of our SaaS product,
All right.
Merge.
Okay.
I think if anybody wanted to kind of get a little bit of an idea at a macro level who we are, they can kind of head to teleclaims.com. There's a lot of information there, guys, that you can check out and kind of become familiar with what we're doing in the industry, particularly in the claims space.
Yeah.
But David, if you don't mind, quickly,
Sure.
um, can you? Why is it that we're breaking down the adjuster into subsegments in the context of actually handling a claim?
The primary answer to your question is efficiency. We're able to gain pretty significant efficiencies by delineating each of the processes that were previously done by one person. It's difficult for them to juggle all of those things at the same time. So by breaking them down and segmenting them out, we're able to speed up the cycle time of the claim and ultimately yield better results for the insurance company and the policyholder alike. The person that we think really has the most to gain from this is really the policyholder. They're the ones that are looking for their claim to be solved quicker, with less friction and more transparency. And so we've put systems in place to afford them exactly that.
Okay, but if I'm an adjuster, what is that? What's the real time application of that?
You're able to work more efficiently. You're able to actually handle more claims in the same amount of time with less redundant paperwork.
How?
More through the use of our multi-line communication channel. So think that's a fancy way of saying video. So we videotape everything, audio record everything. So every interaction that's done on that particular claim, whether it's a text, a chat, a phone call, or a video call, or video that's actually uploaded from an inspector in the field or the policyholder in the field, all of that video just sort of gets run into one place. You're able to access that in real time, prepare your estimates and reporting all from a centralized location, your home office, or wherever it is you choose to work from, Starbucks or the beach or wherever you are.
How is that possible? I mean, if an adjuster, as we've defined here, into desk and field. Traditionally, we call them uh,
Boots and butts.
boots and butts, right? But someone who's a butt, meaning they're a desk adjuster.
Uh-huh.
That's all they do. As per, let's say, in reference to an inspector who they actually want to be out there,
Sure.
but they don't have to estimate, they don't have to adjudicate, they don't have to examine, right?
Correct.
They're doing what they love to do.
Yep.
Do you feel that that's a leverage point right there, where finally we have a way to break down the tasks associated with the claims process, where I'm only doing what I care and what I like to do. How do how do the finances work on that end? How does it work?
So, financially, again, every person gets paid for what they do, right? So ultimately, the financial dollars add up to being sort of similar to the legacy way of handling a claim, but broken down into its various pieces. So an inspector gets paid to inspect, the adjuster gets paid to review the damages, prepare an estimate, coordinate with the policyholder, and recommend payment. It's so each part gets paid for the part that they do. Now, instead of a claim taking a legacy claim, if handled today, with all of the parts that would have to be done by one person, is is probably a 4 to 6 hour actual working time on that particular claim. So they're paid commensurate with 4 to 6 hours of time per file. we have demonstrated and have settled many claims in less than a half an hour, start to finish. So the adjuster gets paid better because of they're still getting paid the adjusting portion, but they're able to handle certainly many more claims in a day or in a work day than they would have in the traditional model. So a little bit confusing, sorry. Ultimately, the answer is you get paid for what you do. So if you're an inspector, you get paid to inspect, and if you're an adjuster, you get paid to stay at home, desk adjust the claim, and settle the claim.
That seems like a pretty good idea, and in fact, we've gotten some amazing feedback on that, right?
Yep.
Through the webinar, through just emails coming in from guys that are just getting on our roster every day,
right?
Pretty much,
and even the policyholders. I mean, the policyholders are going crazy about it.
So why now? Why hasn't this been done before? Well, it seems, as everything, right? It seems so simple.
Yep.
Now, why do you think that legacy has pretty much ruled until now, rather than why now?
Well, multi-line communication is hard. It's not easy to get all of the technological moving pieces to come together and to have those refresh in real time and with a lot of variety and factors has been from a software standpoint, it's been challenging. So some of it has been the cautious nature of insurance companies putting programs in place that are not mature, have not aged, and haven't been tested. So they're not insurance companies aren't usually thought of as leaders in innovation. Okay. So some of it is the technology that we're using has matured to a point that affords reliability, scalability, and the ability to be up sort of at all times. So if it works, it's got to work all the time. So we've put a lot of emphasis in those redundancies in our system. So it really is the maturity of the platforms that we use and the ability of us to delineate the processes into boots and butts that's afforded now being the right time to do this. We believe that there are other people in the industry that are doing bits and pieces of what we're doing, but we believe that we're sort of the first ones that have stitched the entire process together from F&OL to claims payment and have a working solution. So
some people would think that is too good to be true. That it's not something that is possible from the perspective of technology, figuring out the financial aspects of it. What do you have to say to that?
I can't dispel all naysayers, right? There's still a lot of people that are incredibly vested in doing things the legacy, style or legacy system. So they're going to be very, very slow to adopt this technology. But to those that are considering doing it that haven't gotten on our system yet, we would encourage them to talk to some of the people that are and are working on our system. Hang on one second. I see we have is there a question? How can you have access to somebody writes how can we have access to the system? So
to the platform.
Yeah. So if you're an adjuster, we would encourage you to go to tele-adjuster.com, fill out a roster that will generate a link to get onto our system, and then you can see what it's all about. Get into our learning management system that's there as well. If you're a vendor, I think it's televendor.com.
Yep.
Sign up. Same thing. You'll get a login to access the merge system through Televendor.
Maybe we can put those links up in the feed for those people that want to perhaps go straight to those for televendors, for the inspectors and adjusters.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Um, okay.
So anyway, so your question was, people think it's too good to be true. Again, we've got over 1,000 adjusters on our system now,
And by the way, I'm sorry to interrupt. It wasn't like anybody came up to us and said, you know, I don't believe you or anything like that. It's just more along the lines of, really, that's pretty cool. How are you doing that? How is that? I mean, how exactly? More from a curiosity standpoint, not necessarily a doubting Thomas type time.
Well, agreed, but we've also gotten the, we don't like what you're doing. We don't want you to
Yeah,
move in this direction. I wear those as badges of honor.
no
Right?
doubt. Yeah.
I love the fact that there are people out there, sort of railing against what we're doing, only because I think they're the last bastions of a dying, legacy system of claims handling.
Okay.
So we're happy to move the industry forward. Excited about bringing value to the policyholder, and ultimately, although we certainly are policyholder centric, and this is cliche, so I apologize in advance for the clichéedness. Is that a word? I'm making
No.
up my own word. But this really is a win-win-win across all three platforms, right? So if you look at the three people that participate in this, or let's say even the four, right? And I'll come back and identify the fourth in a minute, but the first being the policyholder, they absolutely win. They get the right answers that they need in real time, or as close to real time as they want. We pride ourselves on not really having CSRs. So anytime anybody calls with a question, if for some reason their adjuster is not available, they will get routed to an adjuster that can answer their question in real time. So not CSRs that are just sort of, kicking the proverbial ball down the field, but people that can answer questions in real time. Secondly, would be the adjusters and the inspectors. The people that are working on our system absolutely love it, right? Their ability to simplify what they do every day, do it with much more efficiency and clarity of job purpose. They love what they're doing. The inspectors love being out in the field. They're paid well for what they do, depending on the type of claim that it is. And then the third value prop is to the carriers themselves. Again, to the extent that a claim is handled faster, there's a reduction in indemnity payments, a reduction in loss adjustment expense. Reserves are more accurate in real time. There are a long list of ancillary benefits that come along with reducing the cycle time of claims from 30 days to 30 minutes. But the fourth area that we don't talk about much are, because again, we have this whole idea of building a team around handling claims, and so to the extent that we have non-responding vendors that can participate in the claims process and provide their areas of expertise to the claim, affords that adjuster that safety net of being able to go out and not have to be a master of all pieces of anything that could come up in the claims process. So if they get a claim that they think there might be subrogation potential on, rather than just guessing or taking the easier way out of just saying nope, there's no subrogation potential here without a whole lot of investigation, they're able to very, very quickly and seamlessly integrate a subrogation specialist who can come on, look at the situation in real time via the video interlink, and make a determination if they think there's subrogation potential there or not. So it's drastically improving the percentage of claims that have subrogation recovery, and that therefore is increasing the total subrogation recoverable amount. So there's ancillary, this sort of fourth group of experts that service the insurance industry, okay, that are looking for ways to engage with claims sooner, faster, better, more efficiently. So, so we're excited to see the numbers. They've just been great so far about their input and involvement on the claim. So if you engage experts sooner, they yield better results.
Okay, so this is we didn't want to make this too long because it was our first live stream, right? But quickly, what piece of advice to all three, to the adjuster, to the vendor, and to the inspector, from
get on our system, check out our LMS, go through our learning management system, understand what we're doing. To adjusters that have been in the industry for a long time, you're going to find our learning management system to be quite obvious. I mean, we're not reinventing anything there. We just want to make sure that everybody's trained to a certain level. for inspectors or for adjusters that want to be inspectors. Again, this becomes incredibly easy for you because we limit the scope of what you have to do at the loss location. So you may have a new love of the career of being out inspecting properties and providing data back to your counterpart on the inside, the desk adjuster. But to an inspector who may or may not have done this sort of work before, we think we have a fairly robust piece of software, or videos and software and educational courses for you to be able to go on and get up to speed quickly, to be able to be efficient and proficient in your job of going out and inspecting losses. So we would encourage everyone to go to their respective places, whether inspector or adjuster. Again, we mentioned those earlier: tele-adjuster or tele-adjuster, and then televendor.coms. And so sign up. Check it out, and go from there.
Yeah, it's free, right?
It is free. It costs
no cost to do this.
It costs you nothing but opportunity. Opportunity missed would be your only cost.
All right. When are we doing this again?
Whenever you'd like. I don't. I have no.
It's not up to us. We the tech team tell us what to do, right?
Like everything else, I just follow directions around here.
All right. Cool.
We've been on for 20 minutes now.
Yep.
Well, I think that's gives us everybody a pretty good idea of what this is about. We got one great question. I was excited about that. We gotta promote this more than just 10 minutes of notice next time. So
yep.
We'll get it out to all of our adjusters. That'd be fun. We'll get all our adjusters on here.
Put it out on through the email list and send with output time
out through Merge. Yeah.
Yep.
And we'll be bombarded with questions.
Yeah, this is basically a test. See how things panned out. We like to do our tests live, right? That's the best way to do it, right? That's everything we do. We break it and then fix it, and then break it again and then fix it again.
But I think kudos to Jose and Karina. I think they did it today where we couldn't break it. I don't see anything broken.
Terrific job.
Great job to both of them.
Without their head videographer here, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's amazing how others can step up, right?
Yeah, without the main man.
We love it.
Kudos to you guys.
So good job. All to Karina. Yeah. So so this is we've done 20 now. So we'll have a short. Well, this will be a short podcast.
Yep.
We'll put this up on our YouTube channel. We'll link it out to LinkedIn and back to Twitter.
The site, and then it may. I know that the title is episode 14, but because our episodes are pre-recorded, it may not actually show as episode 14 on the actual podcast. We'll just move it up to the next one, and it'll be maybe 12 or 13 or something like that.
Or just do V1 because it's video. Since this one is actually video, not just podcast.
Okay.
I mean, I'm throwing out ideas.
No, but we are recording the video on this. Yeah, we're doing video as an actual podcast.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, but video and audio. I mean, the other ones have just been audios, right?
Yep.
So this could be
the first. This will be the first one. The first video blog.
First vlog.
Video episode.
Vlog 1.
Channel video episode. Whatever. Number 1.
Vlog 1.
Vlog 1. No, because okay.
Vlog 1. Anyway, thanks. Check us out on our website, teleclaims.com. Claudio, thanks for your time today, sir.
Same to you, buddy.
See you next time.
All right. Take care.
Take care. Bye.